Do we as Muslims pay heed to the verses of the Quran when we are reminded of such? The Prophet ﷺ tells us, and he kept on telling us, and he kept on telling us, and he kept on in many ahadith, to remember death. Remember death. And he said, remember death in great quantity. You should remember death. We should remember death all the time. But the point is, how many of us really do pay heed? That's a sad thing. The Prophet ﷺ recommended the remembrance of maut, of death, as a form of cleansing for us. Allahu Akbar. Yeah. Because he says if we remember death often and remember the grave, it is natural because we have been created from good. That will create that love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to want to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whom we know we would have to meet. It will also create that fear of not wanting to do wrong things and evil things, to us to break the connection between us and Allah. Death. It will make us have the fear of the punishment in the grave if we do not obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you would remember in a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala who reported in connection to the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the sayings and the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And actually, it happened when Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu went by the graveyard, and he cried, and he cried, and he cried. And he cried so much that the tears were dripping down his beard. You know, you can cry so much. And the Sahaba next to him said, Ya Hazrat Uthman, radiallahu ta'ala, no, you're crying so much? The grave, which is a natural reality. You know, he said, I thought that Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of judgment, would have been more dreadful than the grave. Technically, that's what the Sahaba was saying. Qiyamah, because Qiyamah is that day. And Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that he recalls the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by the teachings of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the grave is the first stop in the journey after death.